My dream from the time even before I was 10 years old, was to be a makeup artist and to work in films. It was a pretty crazy dream to have, and especially at that time. There weren't makeup schools, the information wasn't out there. I didn't do a lot of things that normal kids did. I was in my bedroom making monsters. I just feel so fortunate that I managed to make it my job and get paid for it. Okay, we're here in my studio, which I've had for almost 20 years. I set this up just because the studio I had before was just like too small for the way films were starting to become. It's big enough to do all these films that were coming along, and at the time it really was worth it. I mean, when I did Planet of the Apes, or when I did The Grinch, when I made 500 apes, and I had all these multiple pieces for the Who's and for The Grinch, and I had 100 plus employees. This place was great. The business has changed. I mean, so much of our work has gone to the digital realm. Now, 20 years later, my studio is too big for what films have become, so I'm in the process of starting to get rid of a lot of stuff. I wanted to do a studio that was unlike anybody else had, so I decorated it with my own bizarre taste, which you can see here. We've got flying monkeys and monkey heads all over the place. You can see all along the top of the room here we have live casts of old movie actors that I really like. This was my very first live cast of me when I was 13 years old. This is me when I was like 16. When you make something and you spend so much time creating something, you become attached to it, and so I've managed to collect a lot of junk over the years. And to me, still, the molds aren't pretty to look at, and they're a pain to store, but it's what the thing came out of and what I could cast another version out of if I ever wanted to, and it's part of a movie's history, and so it's hard for me to actually throw those things out. I do think it's important to keep and preserve some of these items. It just seemed a shame to me for something that somebody would treasure to just be rotting in a basement where nobody's ever going to see it. I am hoping to find a nice home for it. I would like the Academy Museum to get some of these items. I would like for these things to live on past my lifetime, and for somebody to be able to come and see something that I made and be impressed by it still long after I'm gone. So I think the Academy Museum would be a good place for that.